So we're back again with yet again another episode of The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD. In the last episode, we awakened Makar as the final sage, and that's pretty much all that about happened, pretty much. In this episode, we're going to take on the Wind Temple, the final dungeon in the game. Well, somewhat. Sort of. Not really, but anyway. Yep, it's right in front of the Windfall Island. Hey, it falls right in front of Windfall Island. The Wind Temple. I'm gonna stop. Okay, so we're at Windfall Island, and we went ahead completely north. Exactly, and that's where the dungeon is. You know, again, a funny story about when I played the Wind Temple for the first time on the GameCube is that the boss key chest turned out to be an ordinary wooden chest, which I did not expect. So because of that, I had to restart the game file and play it all over again. It didn't take that long, considering that I sort of already knew what to do. But hey, still unfortunate. But there have been some doozies about this dungeon because it's challenging. It's like multi-floor, and it's up there. So, but for now, we have a little cutscene to enjoy in the meantime, and yeah. LSP, as the case was with Medley, I have no doubt that Makar 2 has some special role to play in these events. Discovering that role is your duty. I'm certain that by cooperating, the two of you can overcome the dangers and pitfalls of this temple. Yep. When I played this dungeon as well for the first time, I was like, you know, Makar, of all sages, I would have expected like a taller Korok, like maybe Linder. But Makar, hey, we did save him in the beginning, so I can kind of see why he's gotten where he is now. So let's go ahead and jam out. Ah, oopsie. That little tune back there that Makar played on that violin, I like this version, but I think I like the GameCube version a little bit better because it's less sadder in that version. It's like more on tune and it kind of like stays that way, but this one kind of like cries a little bit. I don't know why, but yeah, still good. But I like the GameCube version just a little bit better, just my opinion. But anyway, hey Wizard, how's it going? I had to greet you with a how's it going anyway, right? Funny thing is that I'm gonna stand right here on purpose. For those who have already played Wind Waker, you probably already know what I'm about to do. If you play the command melody, you have to plant trees with Makar in this temple to make certain things trigger. Yep. And we're gonna do that with these trees. There we go. First tree with a smiley face. Weird. And a second tree with a smiley face. I'm rising into a treasure chest. That is like the funniest thing that I could possibly do without manually jumping on it myself. Actually, no. What I wanted to do is stay in Makar mode, actually, because what I'm going to do first is put him on the upper ledge, pretty much, and press that switch down with him, because we want to make the wind stop right above us. So, we go ahead and do that, and turn off the fans. Yay. We also want to equip our boomerang, our bombs, and our skull hammer for this. So let's go ahead and crack open this chest and get $100. It's a lot. Hey Stealthos, how's it going? Whack that bomb, dude. Decapitate and annihilate. Let's go ahead and unveil this warp pod as well, because I'm going to be doing every single one of the dungeons, which is basically what I've been doing so far in the walkthrough. So, with that, though, we're going to go ahead and bust out our good old iron boots here, along with our leaf, and fly on up. Floating through the air, all majestically. Grab my car on up, and pursue forward. Armoses, of all enemies in this room, it's only 2 of them, so I'm not going to go ahead and fight them anyway, so. Anyway, with this room, we want to go ahead and, yep, planting trees is going to be quite the objective in this specific dungeon, because I guess it's easier than dealing with Light in the Earth dungeon with Medley, because she barely frickin' listens. Makar, at least, is somewhat more, cooperative. I'm not going to downgrade Medley like that, so I'm going to go ahead and take that back, so. We now have a door that is unbarred behind us. Yay. Now, funny thing about this room is that, a couple things. The first thing that I'm going to point out is when I get to the top with Makar, I completely thought that I, messed this up on my first initial play through this dungeon on the GameCube. But I didn't, actually, because when I go ahead and plant this second tree, what's going to happen is that Makar is going to get caught by a couple of floor masters here, so. I thought that I fricked it up by accident, but I realized that it's supposed to happen. Yep, they're going to grab him, and he's going to be pretty much history. So, see you later, Makar. Anyway, it's supposed to happen because they're going to put him in a little jail cell across from us, so he's not that far away, don't worry. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get our arrows and our bomb. Well, not your arrows, you don't have to, but I think that it ignites the bomb, or blows it up faster. The final, well, the next Tingle statue is going to be right here, pretty much. Right in plain sight of it, and I'm going to be like a professional football player and get my arrow back. Not the quarterback, because I don't pay for a thing. Yay, we get the Wind Tingle statue. It's sanding kind of rough. It feels weird. It'll be waiting for you on Tingle Island. Yes, please do. And get those weird arm guys that we saw at the Forbidden Woods back down there, because they suck up your magic power, and it's not fun, so. What I'm going to do now is go ahead and bust out the leaf, because we're going to need it in a couple of rooms from now, so. I don't need any more golden feathers, because I think I'm going to be all good and nifty on those for the heart piece that's going to come at Dragon Roost Island. But yeah, there's Makar. He's chilling right over there. Hey, Big Armos, how's it going? So another funny thing about this room is that if you bust out your sword and jump down immediately down here, the floor master is immediately right in front of you if you time it right. So don't waste any time unless, yep, most of the time these floor masters just kind of like revolve around in circles. But these ones don't if you just kind of hurry up and do it, so. Anyway, with that though, I want to go ahead and make sure that this door is closed. Or open, that is. And there's going to be a treasure chest right above us if we spring up into the air. And there we go. And what do we have? Joy Pendant. Not optimal, but yeah. I don't need it. I kind of already finished it up so far, unless you want to give Miss Marie back at Windfall Island. 99 Joy Pendants, which I don't really think that you get anything from it that beneficial. But anyway, go into this room. You notice that there was a... there was a musical stone back there that we need to unveil to go to another room, but we don't have Makar yet, so we can't do that. Yet at least. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and pause and make sure that we have some fire arrows equipped. Yeah, I dodged it. Take him on out. And now there's gonna be a little bit of a backstory about these Wizrobes that up here. If a Wizrobe spawns and he's spinning in circles before he casts his spell, he's going to spawn enemies. If he stands still, not spinning in circles, he's going to just cast flames toward you. Those ones that cast flames, if you hit them with a fire arrow, they die instant kill. If they spin around before they're casting their spell, they take about a couple of hits to kill. So, I don't know why, but let's get this chest on open. And we get the dungeon map, and it's, like, not really off the bat. You kind of have to find it, so. Anyway, let's go ahead and get these, more grass. Magic pots. Any over here? There we go. Yay, we're just flying on across. Da-ba-dee-da. Doo-ba-dee-doo. Hey, little magic stealer hands down there. How's it going? I'm hoping I'm never going to see you again. In this freaking mountain. Ooh, magic. I like the giant pots of magic because they fill it up a lot. Flying on over. Yeah, I really didn't like this part of the dungeon as a kid, because I think it took up too much time, that is. But as long as it gets me through, right? Anyway, let's go ahead and kill that wizard. Instant kill. Flying on over. Ideally, one of those guys would drop a heart, but honestly, it's not that needed yet because I'm doing alright so far. Now, this room has a really easy to pass up warping pod that you should unveil before progressing on, so make sure that you just do that, and voila. Throw in your iron boots and open up this floor here. Pretty freaking cool. We want to get out on our good old iron boots and Deku Leaf. This room, yep, I pointed out many times that this has a major shortcut in it, which I'm not going to do just for the sake of this walkthrough, for those who have not played Wind Waker, so. Now, about this room, there is going to be a chest that spawns in that little blank space on my left, right there, so to make it appear, to make your whole life a whole lot easier, go ahead and throw in your iron boots on the very edge of this square, and then tumble forward when you do. Ditto for the rest of these squares. There we go. Same thing here. There we go. Meaning that you do not need to kill the enemies underneath the squares. You just need to break the floors, pretty much. So, notice, there is a ton of enemies down there. So, what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and purposely get caught by a floor master and then get thrown into another dimension. So, go ahead and take me away. What this is going to do is something pretty helpful. Now that the chest spawned, I don't have to go and fight all those enemies down there and have to deal with them. So, if I look on my right side, you'll see that the warp pot is up there. You can see, like, the blue smoke. Jump down. Okay, Link just kind of, like, screamed mid-grabbing the ledge. But if you go back in here, the floors are sealed again, but the chest did not despawn. It is still there, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is pretty much break through the floor, and all I have to kill, really, is these red shoes. Easy peasy. I could have used the collectibles from the green shoes and the Armos and everything, but honestly, it's not really that big of a deal yet, because I'm going to be doing some Windfall Island shoe collecting post this dungeon, pretty much. So this block that I'm going to be pushing with a spring on it is going to be going that black space with a symbol on it. Okay? What that's going to do is permit me to launch out of this very room. So if I go ahead and climb up on this block, and then ledge grab from this vicinity, I don't have to push that block over, so I can just jump off of it and leaf pump. Great. Opening this chest, and this is what's going to shut the spikes up. We got a small key. He's to open locked doors. You can only steal in this dungeon. Yeah. Yeah, spikes, go back down. This chest is what's really, really, really optimal to me. This is the 37th treasure chart in the spike room. Make sure you pick this up if you want to get everything in the game, and you're good. Now, very important thing, now that we have the small key, we want to get our Picto Box ready and go to the mini-boss room. Yep. I'm going to go make sure that I have flame arrows equipped already. Yep, looks pretty freaking good. And get our skull hammer out as well. Go on in. Looks pretty peaceful, right? Wrong. And welcome to Cuscotopia. And there we go. Now, in all seriousness, that mini-boss's name is Red Wizard. He is a very, very, very important figurine to get, so make sure that you do not kill him before getting a photo of him. What I did, in the middle of that little jump cut that I made, pretty much, I took a second photo of him, so this one isn't as good, so I'm gonna go ahead and erase that one. Yeah. I still have that one, though, so no worries. What I'm gonna do, though, is open up this chest and get the item. We have the hook shot. It extends, it retracts, it latches onto things. What a cool invention. Yep. This is the one item that I've been dying to get to, pretty much. Funny thing, though, is that this target right here, if you bust out your hammer right before hitting the switch, pretty much, slam, dunk, home run. No need to land and then hit the switch, so you're good. Anyway, let's leave on out of here. And now we go on up. No problems, no reoccurrences whatsoever. No inconveniences, just moving on without any problems. Now, what I am gonna do is get this leaf on out, because I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna need it in just a second. And flying on across. Ooh! See you later, P-Hat. Ain't getting me today. Now, this chest is gonna be the compass. Alright, I kinda already know that, so no need to say it. No need to say it, even though I said it anyway. There we go. Compass. Give me the magic. But yeah, Red Wizard, you want to make sure you get his photo, because just like any other missable figurine, if you kill them or progress on the plot without getting their photo, it is non-gettable unless you restart the game file, which I don't really think that I want to do, so... Especially when I've made it this far, and I've played this long, so... There's a lot at stake. There's a ton at stake, and you gotta really know what you're doing when it comes to getting every single figurine, per se, so make sure that you just go on and perform your duties. And hey, Makar, how's it going? The stone that blocks the entrance seems extremely heavy. The only way you can move it, LSP, is if you were to become as heavy as the Deku Tree himself. If only the great Deku Tree were here right now. Yep, which means throw on these boots and boosh. There we go. Joy Pendant. Don't really need it, but it's pretty optimal to have, I guess. I'm gonna keep saying that. I'm just gonna keep saying that over and over. What I will do, though, is throw Makar in that direction of the vicinity where those big Armoses are. What this is gonna do is this is gonna permit me to land him on the ledge where I have to go with him next. Remember that room with the musical stone that I couldn't really open up yet because I didn't really have him? Yeah. We're gonna go there. So, another little life hack is that if you go ahead and claw shot. This is not Twilight Princess anymore. Hook shot this little headstone, and then pull out the leaf in midair. You can get here without having to go all the way up and do a bunch of fancy things. But anyway, now that we're here, I'm gonna kind of leave Makar right there while I go and take these guys on out. There we go. Let me go to the other side really quick, and I'll be right back. And here we go. I landed them on over to me, and then we're going to jam out right in front of this stone here, so let's do it. Stay here, Makar. Big room time. This is the room that I was talking about with the freaking boss key chest. Yep, that's a boss key chest. I'm making sure. Whew. Thank freaking Lord. Anyway, what I'm gonna do here is go ahead and bust out our ice arrows, pretty much, and the skull hammer. And nice try. Come on. Come on. Oh man, that was freaking great. Wow. That was freaking awesome. Oh, I'm not going to redo this freaking recording just because of that. Holy freaking moly. Give me that frickin' boss key, man. I am ready to rock and roll. Wow. We get the big key. Wow, that was freaking great. Let's leave and go on. Okay, so now that we're outside of this room again, we want to go ahead and take on these little big Armoses here. Whoops. Big Armos, come over here, please. There we go. Not bad. Take this frickin' pea head on out. In fact, both of them, because why not? Come on. There we go. We want to fly Makar on over to the area where we lost him at, pretty much, and resume forth. Because I think him getting caught this entire time was pretty much the main course of the dungeon itself. Because had he not been caught, the whole dungeon would have been over in less than, like, 10 minutes. So that wouldn't have been fun at all. Again, I kind of see where the game wanted us to go with it, but not going to complain. Not going to complain. Flying on over. Equip that on up. Drop down here. Get that little target, and let's go. Let's go. And actually, as a matter of fact, I'm going to pretty much provide an example of what I was talking about. I know that I probably already did it in the mini-boss room with the red Wizrobe. Is that this guy also spins in circles, and okay, thanks, Makar, for interrupting my conversation, pretty much. You fricked it up, man. How do you feel about yourself? Hey, it's only a red bubble, though, so... Anyway, see how he's spinning in circles? See, he didn't die on instant command, so... There we go. 2 hits. Me hitting him and him hitting the floor. Anytime he's ready. I had to reference The Breakfast Club, man. How... If you don't appreciate frickin' 80s movies, then... I'm sorry, we can't be friends. I'm joking, I'm joking. Some people don't like the corniness that really comes out of me these days, and I get it. It's really just the modern age way of communication, which I think is just kind of off and on these days. You can either like it or not like it. So, anyway, let's go on and grab on the car and pursue forth. These bubbles, as a matter of fact, are the ones that I was talking about in the Earth Dungeon, so we want to go ahead and take these guys on out, actually, and get them. Yeah, hook-shotting them also works, and these ones, if you don't really want them in your way, pretty much, you can just go ahead and shoot them, and shoot him again with a regular arrow before he flies back up. Ditto for this guy right over here in front of us, because he's going to get in the way. You don't need to do this. If you're good at dodging them, hats off to you, I guess, but they really get in my way in terms of, like, practicing. So it's just, I don't know. They're out of here now, so let's go ahead and plant those trees, like I was just talking about. And go on through here. Okay, there we go. And you really don't need to plant every single tree that you see in your vicinity, pretty much. What I just did is, like, planted the ones that are almost required just to progress on. So, if they're reachable, then I guess don't really need to plant all the trees, I guess. But still, anyway, go into this room and put Makar on one of the switches and put yourself on the other one. Pretty much on opening the floor and opening that as well. And we can jump on down. Yay. Jumping on down, and we are ready to rock and roll, boys. Well, that worked. That freaking worked. Anyway, let's go ahead and turn this fan on with this elevator, pretty much. Yay. Let's do it. I did not want to try this when the fan was on, so I had to do this anyway since I fell through the floor. Bring him on up here. Makar, do your thing, buddy. And the frickin' fan is on. Wow, dude. Anyway, let's go ahead and get some magic power as well, since we're gonna need it for this, for going up the fan. There's gonna be a couple of rooms that I want to cover on next, so let's go ahead and get some magic with us first, and getting on, moving on. Okay, so the next room that I'm gonna look for, pretty much, is going to be this area with a chest. A loaded wooden chest right all the way on the top of this little frickin' place. Yay. This dungeon is very vertical. I've been noticing these days when I play this dungeon, so... Joy Pendant, not really that important. This room is next with these 4 pillars. Yep. All the way at the top. Go ahead and make sure that you're up here. And there's going to be some Armos straight in this room in front of us. Yep. In this room, we're going to get a small key from, so we can progress on to the bottom floor. Ow. I'm getting bombarded by little Armoses here. There we go. Freaking awesome. Link is like, did I really just do all that? I really just did all that, man. So, killing Armos is like, it's pretty cool. Small key. There we go. Okay, so now when you make your way all the way to the bottom, you can now progress through this little door here. Freaking great. Let me go ahead and get my car with me really quick so we can get on through. Okay, I had to drop my car all the way from the top to the bottom, but anyway, it's gonna suck hearing this, but I think this is where I'm gonna end it for this episode, because we have done a lot in this dungeon. What we're gonna do in the next episode is go ahead and collect the last treasure chart that's in this dungeon, okay? So, it's gonna suck, because it's really hard to spawn, and really hard to get to, so we're gonna go through it together and do it. With that, pour my car. With that, stay tuned, subscribe, like, comment, or anything else, and peace out, everyone.